The United States owes $38 trillion. Japan owes $9 trillion. Global debt just crossed $315 trillion, 3 times the size of the entire world economy. Politicians promise to pay down the debt. Economists warn about unsustainable borrowing. Citizens demand fiscal responsibility. But here's the paradox. If every country suddenly paid off its debt tomorrow, the global economy would collapse overnight. Not because of chaos, but because of math. This is Financial History Chronicles, where money, power, and logic collide, and the truth is never what it seems. Debt is treated like a disease, a burden, a mistake, a moral failure. We're told nations must live within their means. Balance the budget. Pay back what you owe. But here's what they don't tell you. Modern money doesn't exist without debt. Every dollar in your wallet, every euro in circulation, every yen, pound, or yuan was created because someone, somewhere, borrowed it into existence. Money isn't printed and then loaned out. It's loaned out and then becomes money. That's not a bug in the system. That's the system. And if you eliminate debt, you eliminate money itself. Let me show you how we got here. Rewind to 1913. Before the Federal Reserve, banks couldn't just create money. They had to have gold in the vault to back every dollar they issued. Limited gold equals limited money equals limited growth. Then the Federal Reserve was born, and it introduced something radical: fractional reserve banking. Here's how it works. You deposit $1,000 in a bank. The bank keeps $100, 10% as a reserve. It loans out $900 to someone else. That person deposits the $900 in another bank. That bank keeps $90, loans out $810. The process repeats. By the end of the chain, your original $1,000 has become $10,000 in the economy, even though only $1,000 in real money exists. That extra $9,000? It's all debt. And this is where the paradox begins. The money supply is the debt supply. Every new loan creates new money. Every paid-off loan destroys money. So when governments talk about paying down the debt, they're actually talking about shrinking the money supply. And when the money supply shrinks, economies don't grow. They collapse. Fast forward to today, the US Treasury issues bonds, banks, pension funds, and foreign governments buy them. The Federal Reserve buys some of them back, creating new dollars in the process. That's not corruption. That's monetary policy. Every time the Fed buys a bond, it credits the seller's account with fresh money that didn't exist 30 seconds earlier. Where did that money come from? Nowhere. I mean, it was created because debt was created. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. If the US government somehow paid off all $38 trillion tomorrow, every Treasury bond would disappear. Pension funds would lose their safest asset. Banks would lose collateral for trillions in loans. The Federal Reserve's balance sheet would collapse. The global reserve currency would evaporate. The result? Instant deflation, market panic, economic collapse. Paying off the debt doesn't save the economy. It ends it. That's why no government on earth actually plans to do it. So what's the real plan? There is no plan to pay it back. Governments don't treat debt like you or I do. When your credit card bill comes, you're expected to pay it off. But when a government bond matures, the government doesn't pay it back. It refinances it. Issue new bonds. Pay off the old ones with new ones. Repeat forever. Economists call it rolling over the debt. But in reality, it's simpler. The debt is permanent. The United States will never pay off $38 trillion. Japan will never clear its 250% debt to GDP ratio. No modern economy will. Because the system doesn't run on repayment. It runs on interest payments. As long as governments keep paying interest, funded by taxes, growth and inflation, the system keeps spinning. The debt doesn't shrink. It grows. And that growth isn't a failure, it's the design. So if the debt never gets paid, who's paying the interest? You are. Every tax dollar that funds interest payments flows upward, from workers to investors, from citizens to institutions, from the many to the few. Global debt isn't just a number, it's a transfer mechanism. The system doesn't reward those who pay debt, it rewards those who own it. That's why inequality and indebtedness rise together. The more debt the world carries, the more wealth flows to those who hold the bonds. We don't owe money to anyone in particular. We owe it to the system itself, and the system is owned by whoever holds the receipts. So here's the truth they won't tell you. Debt isn't designed to be paid off. It's designed to be managed. The global economy runs on a permanent cycle of borrowing, refinancing, and interest extraction. Politicians who promise to eliminate the debt are selling an illusion, because eliminating the debt would eliminate the economy. The question isn't, when will we pay it back? It's who benefits while we never do? If this gave you a different perspective, subscribe to Financial History Chronicles. The system hides in plain sight. I'll show you where to look.